Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I've walked over 100 miles to find my third homeless shelter since November. Um, Whatever, I'm looking for a job. I've applied for almost 100 and still not many calls. So, uh, I need to find one or they're going to kick me out. Anybody know anybody hiring a top level business analyst that can flip any business in less than a year? Let me know. Oh, I want to talk about this. I've been on Twitter, X, sorry, Mr. Musk. Um, and there's stuff about Epstein and pedophilia and all that stuff. Um, is important. People say death penalty for the pedophiles, and I don't think so. That's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is offer clemency. Uh, Gives them a place to be accountable and not worry about punishment. Currently, their only punishment is a burn to their reputation, and nobody goes to jail, right? I mean, we all know nobody goes to jail. So, if nobody goes to jail and the only thing that they get harmed by is their personal reputation, if people find out, then what happens if you make the penalty the death penalty? They'll work even harder to keep their secrets. And I want to be clear, whoever, nobody watches my videos, but you know, I, I was part of the ritualistic abuse from the elite deep state there. And, they did it for almost 4 decades. And the victims don't even realize most of the time. The amount of pedophiles there are in the United States well outstretches what anybody ever wants to talk about. The people in the psych wards know, first-hand knowledge there. The people in the homeless shelters know. Like when I go there, I don't act like my story is some big catastrophic thing that I'm a victim of sexual assault. I say I'm the story you don't want to hear, and I know you've heard it before. And you get the nod. Like, it is what it is. Everyone covers this up, and they're worried about what happens to them if they spill the beans. And the people that don't want them spilling the beans will do anything to keep people quiet, including making one of the top business analysts on the planet unable to find a job and homeless, right? So, as a victim, I want the abuse to stop. And the only way to make the abuse stop is to make the punishment nothing so that the people can stand up and live in a world where it's okay that they were pedophiles and they can heal. And then they can tell their victims who they are, because most of the victims on this planet don't know, and then they can heal. And healing is all we need to do in order to, finish off the spiritual awakening to get the F out of here. It should be a race to do this. I keep saying it. The time is running out. There isn't much time left. And if we don't, if you don't choose to do it, God will take care of it. God's in charge of the consciousness now and is healing people, deemed worthy. Well, you can make yourself worthy by standing up, saying what you did, and being accountable for your actions, for both yourself and for the victims. A request to anybody to start pushing this viral, please. Clemency for the pedophiles so the victims can stop being abused, the survivors can stop being abused. Like, I just want to help people, but everybody shuts me up because of what I know, because, I've called the FBI 3 times and they hang up on me because they know who I am and what happened to me, right? At least some of them there do. And the CIA puppet masters know who I am, and what happened to me, right? So, and I'm not alone. I've talked to plenty of people. I know a guy that had his kid killed by the cartel, and they tried to pay him off with $80,000. How ignorant, you know what I mean? And I also want to say Donald Trump is a puppet. I don't care what anyone says. I have very detailed information on the fact of the people he rolls with are pedophiles. First-hand knowledge. So he came from Hollywood. He's a cult leader. He was designed to catch the people that are seeking the truth, disillusioned by the world. They labeled it to the left, and he collected all the truth seekers. I promise. He's just a cult leader. And the people in the cult are the last people to understand they've been manipulated, because it's really hard to stand up and say, I got taken for a fool. just saying, you guys, please think it through. Donald Trump is one of the pedophiles, or at least is probably on that Epstein list, maybe. But I also know his friends are pedophiles. I can guarantee it. I'm not saying anybody's names. I want clemency for these people. I want them to be free to talk about what they've done so that they can stop abusing the victims and the survivors. Thanks for listening.